Hi, welcome back to UTS after a lovely 2-week break. Well, it hasn't been, you've had a mid-semester. Now, just a few things I need to talk about to get you back into semester. I'm going to ignore the footy. I'm not going to say anything about that. Dave and Pete may wish to say something, but it was nice to see Souths trounce the Hawks. For those of you who... Look, when the Swans moved to Sydney, that's a temporary thing. They're still South Melbourne as far as I'm concerned. I understand there was also another game of some sort on Sunday, whatever the local ball kicking thing is. I have no idea what it is. I saw people going around with flags, but anyway, good on South Melbourne Swans. Kick butt. Okay, now, the mid-semester. The mid-semester has largely been marked, but unfortunately I haven't got all the marks back from the markers. I hope that's going to happen tonight. I'm recording this on Tuesday, so hopefully those marks should be available for you tomorrow morning. That's Wednesday. We will have the exams for you to review in tutorials this week, so your tutors will be bringing exams with them and give you 20 minutes to half an hour or so to have a look at the papers. To get a feeling for how you went and if you went wrong, where you went wrong. The second major issue, I guess, that we've got to address is the slides. Now, Peter is taking the lectures this week and next week, and I just had a chat with Peter a few minutes ago. He said he's still working on the slides. Pete's got a topic where the rules are in a state of flux at the moment, so there's a little bit more updating there than in some of the other topics. But Pete assures me that the slides will be available by late tonight. So hopefully tomorrow, Wednesday, you'll be able to download them. The third thing that I needed to talk about, I guess, is the second essay, on which you should be getting started at this stage. You've got 3 weeks from today. It's due on the 22nd. And this is basically about the whole carbon trading, carbon mitigation system that the Australian government has implemented, or is in the process of implementing. At the moment we call it a carbon tax. In 2 years or so I think it's going to be an explicit carbon trading system. Now remember that this is an accounting essay. This is not about the merits of whether global warming happens or not. That's not the issue. We have a mechanism that the government has implemented to address the issue, and we are considering what the accounting implications are. So we've got 3 parts to the essay, but parts B and C are divided into 2 subparts. So if you like, the way we're going to be allocating the marks, part A is 2 marks, each of the 2 subparts of part B are 2 marks, and each of the subparts of part C are 2 marks. So in part A, we want you to talk about, this is not the accounting, this is the background stuff. So how does the system work? If you're a company and you've got to get a license to pollute, how do you acquire these carbon credits? When do you sacrifice them? When do you have to give them back? Basically, how does the system work in general? Now, part B is basically asking you general accounting stuff. So firstly, in part B, we want you to think about the issue of where do you get accounting guidance if there's no explicit accounting standard for something. So where do you look for guidance? And we've talked a little bit about the AASB framework and the idea that those principles are important. But are there other places where you would look to get guidance if there's no Australian accounting rule for something? That's B1. And then B2, we're asking you to suggest to us how you would account for something in particular based on wherever you have sought that guidance. So is there a standard? If there's a standard, what does it say? If there isn't, where do you get the guidance from that? Part C is asking you for some quite specific guidance. So you can answer part C with a journal entry if you'd like, or each part of part C with a journal entry, but the journal entry isn't going to be sufficient. you need to tell us what's going on. So, are expenses, liabilities, revenues, assets changing? What is coming in, what's going away? So doing a journal entry would get you part way there, but you've got to explain to us what's going on. Now, I hope that has been reasonably substantial guidance. I've been looking at our marking guide while I've been telling you this, so this gives you a feeling for what we're looking for in your answer. Okay, well that's it. So just to summarise, slides should be up late tonight, early tomorrow. Marks for the mid-sem should be up tomorrow, and I'll be able to give you some feedback. I'll come along to the lecture on Thursday with Pete, give you some feedback about how people went. And you should be starting on the second essay. And now that footy's finished, I don't know what Pete and Dave are going to talk about, but that's it. Oh, yeah. There's this international rugby thing that they're really into. I'll have to put up with that again. Oh well, have fun.